In the coming months, I think there's a good chance this stock will reach $400. For any growth investor, this is an obvious choice. Join now while you can. The first 50 customers receive 50% off anything in our store for a short period of time. This offer won't be around for long, so don't pass it up. Hurry now to save a ton of money. Be among the first 50, so act quickly. Use the link below to shop right now. What can we anticipate from Nvidia's earnings later this month? Have we tempered expectations? Going into them, is the bar a little bit lower? Since Jensen, the godfather of AI, is the best indicator of what we see in terms of spending, I believe that August 28th will be a huge day for earnings, maybe the most significant results we've seen in perhaps the last 4 or 5 years from any firm. However, we recently returned from Asia, where demand is still increasing. In my opinion, this is crucial because as the year draws to a close, we believe that technology will continue to rise, which is why we believe that the Nasdaq 20,000 will still be present in early 2025. Are you referring to China or another country when you claim that demand is ripping greater in Asia? The supply chain's results and how they manifest from a chip standpoint are what I mean when I talk about broader demand. We simply concentrate on what demand looks like, which brings us full circle to the growth worry. All the breadcrumbs now lead to ServiceNow demonstrating acceleration from an AI perspective, as we saw with Nvidia, Microsoft, and the larger cloud players, the messy of AI players. Even if many bears have emerged from hibernation over the past week and a half to 2 weeks, I believe that the street is still underestimating that factor in relation to the numbers, which is why I still believe it's time to pound the table to own our tech winners. We just went over a lot of material, but the hyperscalers haven't been discussed yet. Are those currently a good investment, or are they any of the other AI benefiting fields we just discussed? The key to the next layer of AI, in my opinion, is found when you look at the hyperscalers, particularly Microsoft and what Nadella has done, followed by Google, which is much benefiting, and Amazon. For this reason, I believe that Microsoft should be the first thing you see when you glance at that basket. With Jensen at Nvidia, Microsoft is the godfather of AI, and of course, Apple and Cupertino, leading an AI-driven supercycle. We think a $3.4 trillion market valuation is achievable in a year. Wedbush Securities' top tech analyst, Dan Ives, believes that Nvidia's stock may soon reach $400 per share. He has a number of strong arguments for this prediction. The primary motivator is Nvidia's unparalleled dominance in the artificial intelligence industry. Nvidia's GPUs are now crucial for enabling these developments as AI continues to transform industries globally. Nvidia is at the vanguard of the rapidly increasing demand for machine learning models and AI-driven data centers. Here, I want you on Nvidia. This week alone has seen an 18.1% increase in the stock. What do you think of this stock, which has risen 35% since Monday's low? Indeed, it's amazing to have a company with one of the top 5 market capitalizations in the world and one of the highest beta names. This stock is its own casino, accounting for a large portion of the daily and intraday activity. People are betting on the next $2 up or down in this stock at any given moment, as evidenced by the volume of 0 days to expiration options activity that occurs with Nvidia every day and weekly. The volumes of options activity we are discussing amount to billions of dollars. I say that to emphasize that not everything that happens on your screen is a reference to the underlying state of Nvidia, AI spending, or technology in general. Not every 10% increase or decrease is significant and may be undone in a matter of seconds. Making a decision at this moment is crucial. Do you own stock in Nvidia? If so, is it possible to ignore the intraday, 3-day, and 5-day volatility? It's not the same if you are a trader. Trading allows you to be both long and short in the same day, which makes it a lot of fun. However, I believe that the majority of our visitors aren't interested in that type of movement. Thus, the best thing Nvidia has done this year is to avoid getting overly excited whenever the price fluctuates. First up, Nvidia is up about 20% this week after bouncing back above a critical mark today and continuing a 4-day winning streak. Your trade on that stock you love? As Nvidia gets ready to introduce next-generation technologies that will further secure its market domination, Ives thinks that this spike in demand will keep driving the company's stock higher. Nvidia's steady financial outperformance is contributing to this trend. Due to its outstanding business model, the company has consistently produced quarterly earnings that beyond Wall Street's forecasts. Ives points out that Nvidia's forecast for the next quarters is especially encouraging, supported by a pipeline of cutting-edge technologies that should result in a notable increase in revenue. Investor confidence has been boosted by this track record of financial success, making the $400 aim more attainable in the near future. I'm going to advise you, Tyler, to purchase your cherished stock with caution. You have to wade into that water if you don't own it. The market's hottest spot is here. This stock will perform well as long as the competition to develop AI and the race to develop AI itself continue. Over the next 5 years, they still anticipate a 40% increase in this company's earnings. With this significant earnings growth, it has decreased from 48 times 2024 earnings to 34 times next year. Thus, it is accomplished exquisitely. Even with a $3 trillion market value, I believe this company can rise due to the AI momentum driving those earnings, but it's a cyclical sector with probably a few years left. This is a dollar cost average in if you wish to establish a position. I would like to have a position if this is a blank spot. It need not be a complete position, but it must be consistent with your investment philosophy and discipline to be a suitable risk for your portfolio. Consult your advisor. Seema, it would be impossible to describe this week's market without mentioning the chips. Yes, Scott, you truly cannot. For a brief moment, sentiment changed. 2 weeks ago, Nvidia reported a Blackwell delay, which caused other chip stocks to plummet in addition to Nvidia's. However, it took a few days for Wall Street analysts to swiftly realize that a 3-month delay would not have a significant impact on profitability because of the high demand for their current graphic processing unit, the Hopper H100. Furthermore, even though AMD is competing to some extent, no other company can truly overtake Nvidia in terms of market share. Nvidia shares are up more than 177% this week, the greatest performance since May of last year, and this is helping the larger semiconductor industry and the ives that track these stocks as we get closer to earnings on the 28th. However, AI is not the end of the tale. Additionally, Nvidia has a strong market position in other quickly expanding industries, including cloud computing, driverless cars, and gaming. The company's innovative developments in data processing units and AI chips are increasing its market share and creating new sources of income. Ives notes that a major factor in his optimistic assessment of Nvidia is this company's diverse growth plan. To differentiate itself from its rivals, the company is thriving in several high-growth markets rather than just one. Lastly, investor opinion of Nvidia is still overwhelmingly favorable. The stock's price is rising as more and more investors rush to the company to take advantage of its leadership in AI and other developing technologies. Ives thinks that Nvidia's outstanding financial performance and strategic posture, along with the high level of investor interest, will make it possible for the company to hit $400 per share in the upcoming months. Since everything is in place for Nvidia to keep growing, this price objective is not only possible but also likely to happen. Okay, welcome to Fast Money once more. This week was the greatest for semiconductors since March 2023. For 400 random statistics, every fund member was up, but the SMH ETH gained over 10% since Monday, with a roughly 19% increase. Who else led the gains? Nvidia. If you're an Intel shareholder, Tim, you're probably pleased that Intel climbed it all at this time. Intel did manage to make a gain, although it was only by around 5%. What do you think of this huge comeback in Nvidia's 18% increase? Yes, Brian, and no remarks regarding the Intel shareholder front. Again, when I look at the moving semis, they are up almost 23% if you take that intraday low on Black Monday in Japan. Pardon me, August 5th. I would revisit their peak, which occurred on July 11th, just before to that CPI figure, which served as a warning for the market to expand. It was a reminder to rotate. It was a reminder.